Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Nothing's Wrong podcast. Isabel's Upside Down, and I'm Catherine. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that share, and I hope you guys are tuning in because today we're talking about what up, your friends will be hanging out. That's all I got because I don't remember the rest of the words. But hopefully, Isabel tunes back in and we're able to chat together. But I hope you all had a nice weekend. I hope you guys are all here and tuning in. It's been a week, so we'll be chatting it up. Hopefully, y'all are able to tune in, call in. That would be great. Oh, there she goes. Hello, Miss Isabel. Oh, now we can't hear her. Hi, Kat. Hi, Tone Deaf. Thanks for tuning in. We can't hear Isabel. She is not able to speak in. Hi, Issa. Well, it doesn't say Issa, but um, hi, Tone Deaf. Make sure you all check in on TDR Network. They have podcasts just like us, very entertaining to watch. So make sure you guys all go ahead and check his radio station out. Yes. So I don't know what's going on with Isabel, but something is going on with her volume and she's not tuning in, but that's okay because we can keep it going until she gets in. Um, like really, I just wanted to make sure you guys all are liking this because we won't get started until we get some love in here. And I actually can't see what the comments are, so whatever they're saying, I hope you all are tuning in and liking, sharing, and following our social medias. It looks like Isabel must be on because she's doing something, or I don't know who's doing that, but thank you so much. Yes, so today we are going to go in about friendships and how we should be able to connect with some people. I know sometimes people are afraid to tune in to like connecting with people they don't know or even trying to uh establish a friendship because Drake said no new friends, and so people are in the energy of like, my friends that I got now are the ones I'm going to stay with forever. But we got to remember there's other things going on in life where you do need to connect with other people and build relationships and build networks. So I think tonight's show is based on that. And so yes, I don't know what is going on with Miss Isabel, but I hope she's good and her things are happening. Um, yes. Unfortunately, if you are typing something in, I cannot see it because I do not have the platform at all. All I'm doing is literally just on here. So I hope, let me see if I can see the chat. Nothing. All right, no worries, guys. So let's see. I'm not sure what's going on with this, but give me a moment. I don't know why she's not tuning in. That's pretty interesting. What's going on with her? I guess she's trying to settle things in. Sorry. Let me just reach out to her and see what's going on. Okay. All right. So, sorry, everybody. I apologize for this whole technology thing that's going on right now. And hopefully, we all can get back on live. And I think that's her.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Is it a? I can hear myself back.
What happened?
Is there a playback, or you can
No,
hear
there's
me clear?
perfectly fine. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I was trying to hold the fort while you were gone. I was just telling them how,
I
like,
could hear everything.
oh, you could. We didn't know what was going on. Well, just trying to figure out what was happening. Okay. She's like, I could hear everything. Bye, guys. See you later. It was nice seeing you. Like, okay, all right. I don't know what's going on with her situation, but hopefully we can get us back together so we can have a real good conversation. All right.
All right.
Yeah, James,
No, I could just hear the playback, but
we can't hear it.
whatever.
So yes, I was just saying. Well, you already heard what I was. But I'm getting distracted with a few things. Um, I think there's something that's popped in. Ipriderm. She said, "Hi, happy Sunday evening. Your looks beautiful. Thank you, Ipriderm. I love
Thank
her
you.
mama, and she's always tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate that. So yeah, yeah. Well, what about your friends? I started singing and I started watching it, and it was just. But I was just saying, like, at the point of like when you're trying to create new friendships with people, a lot of people in like the industry and it's people are just like, you don't need new friends, let's stick with the ones that you got. And I know tonight we really wanted to talk about exploring more options on like being more accessible on communicating with new people, because it's important to build your net worth, and it's also important to build new friendships. I think like in the past, it was like, oh, I'm like, or you want to be a loner and you're like, hey, I don't want to create new friendships. But I feel like it's important to, for me as well, like I'm at the point as I'm getting older, I feel like it's better for me to connect with people on certain kind of levels of friendships. Like it could be any kind of level, it could be business wise, it could be like just somebody you can connect with just to have a conversation with, someone you could do sports with. It just comes down to a numerous of things. But I just feel like we do have to, explore meeting new people and knowing new things that you may not even, that's something that you never got yourself involved with, but because you're friends with this person, they've opened those doors for you to, network with new people. Even you can also meet, having a new friend, you can meet a husband, you can meet a business partner. Like you just really don't know what it can bring you.
Yeah. Uh, I think for me, it's almost essential because I don't really have friends. Okay, it's gonna get annoying. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't really have friends from my past because a lot of my friends from when I was growing up all, did something ridiculously disrespectful to me, or we gradually grew apart. But it's mostly because there was a level of disrespect where it was like the relationship had to be severed. And so now at adult age and been through my life, going through my life as I do now,
Mhm.
um, I don't. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I have a sister, you, as a also my best friend. So I have a partner who we have a close relationship where we're closest friends and best friends. So anybody extra that I meet, it's great, but it's not like something that I'm holding on to dear life. But if I didn't have that, yeah, friendship is very important, and at a certain age, you start to realize like who's really your friend, who really wants the best for you, And yeah, that's my experience with that. King says, "Good morning. Lucky to catch you this morning." Hey, thanks for being back here.
Really nice to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree when there's times where like, and that can cause people not to want because of their past and the way that friends have been dirty to them and very ridiculous. But as you grow, you understand like, okay, what maybe those friends weren't meant to be your friends, you know what I mean? And you appreciate the time that you had with them, but then you also see like, okay, the new set of people that I do involve myself with, you can't trust 100% everybody, obviously, you know, with your business.
That's
And
what I'm saying. It's like
yeah,
at a certain age, it's not like you're looking for a friend to let me tell all my secrets to, let me, completely do this. It really turns into we do this together and we're friends in this way. Or, we make money together. We're friends in that way. Or we put them in compartments. We have those friendships as what they are. We don't try to make them more. Like if you like for me, I know when I was more of like a party girl and going out a lot, um, I had party friends who I can always call and hang out with. But then I tried to turn those party friends into, when I'm having a problem, I need you by my side, friends, and they weren't.
I
And so when I needed them to show up like that, they couldn't and they wouldn't. And it hurt my feelings at the time. But then now stepping back and away from it for how many years it's been, I understand that they didn't sign up to be that friend to me. They signed up to be my party friend, to go out, to make sure we were getting to the hottest clubs, going to the best tables, doing all this other stuff. Miami, Vegas, New York, LA circuit. But when it came down to like real life, it's like, no, like I mean, we've experienced it, like even asking those friends to do basic things where it's like, hey, I need you to go check out this apartment for me or something like that. And it was like, no, it's not going to happen. Um, and not outright like no, I'm not going to do it, but it would be things like that where it's like, oh, I need you for like a real life thing, and it's like, no, I'm not going to show up for you. And it took a while for me to accept that, but then I realized it was like, people are in your life for different reasons. And so yeah, that's been my experience with friendships. And then now growing and knowing and saying that this, you need to know who's in your life for what reason and then use them accordingly.
absolutely. For me, I've never been that kind of friend to like expose my secrets to or anything. And they've always tried to pull that from me. And for me, it was like, okay, like you're my party friend, you're my this. You definitely are definitely outspoken. Like you'll definitely tell your story. They'll tell their story, you'll tell your story. You had to one day tell me, like, hey, you got to be a little bit more open. Let people know a little bit more about you. You're more like, you know, not submissive, but like very, what would you call me? Um who cares? But at the end of the day, I was never the person to expose anything that I had going on, even if it hurt. Maybe I would like, think that I had a friend. I one time had a friend, which you know about, is that, I did let them know, like, I'm going through something. Could you be able to help? And they did help the best that they can. But even then, I still wasn't like putting my business out. So, like, I just never been that person. Like, I just couldn't keep my, like, I don't know if it was like, I didn't trust people and I would just keep quiet. And it's just like people just continue to tell me their business. And then I would be like, oh, okay, cool. They're like, hello, so your boyfriend, so they had to be like, so you have a boyfriend, do you have this, they had to like kind of pull
Right.
of me. And
I'm
I
just gonna cut you off. Hi, Shireen. She says, "Hi, sis. It's been a long time. You ladies look great." Hi. Thank you
I
for
sure
being here.
you.
Um, Sakafandre. We can't see what you're posting, but thank you for being in the chat and writing. It's coming up blank on our end, so if you want to type something, maybe you're sending like a image or something. But yeah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, like I was saying, I think it really comes down to, and even now with the new friends that I will like, I'm interested in building new friendships and level of new things, like not to spill my business because I can go get a therapist and I have a sister for that. So that's why I normally don't really tell my friends much details when it comes down to like that may hurt me in the future after telling you. I think like I've never been conscious of things, like I've done stupid things before, like when we were talking about like you're gonna regret this, or like later on in life. I think I've always been that kind of person, like maybe not for a tattoo or some that, but like telling my business to a friend, I've always thought in my head, you're gonna use this against me, so I'm gonna keep this to myself, and I'd rather just tell my sister and kind of thing. But I'll have a different conversation, like you can definitely tell me your problems, not that I will spill it, it will just go to my sister, but you already know that because you're telling my sister too. So that was my friendships with these people.
And I also think, like, for me, it's funny you say that, because I wouldn't have any of the friends that I really had growing up if it wasn't for you, because I was definitely more introverted and didn't want any friends. I didn't actually want to talk to more people. I was really about like myself and what I was reading and my immediate family and hanging out with them and doing whatever it is that I wanted to do. I was popular in school, but anybody could tell you, like, I didn't really care about the popularity. I was more about what I wanted to do. Because I was really disconnected. I wasn't really, especially in high school, I didn't care about the popularity. I remember even trying out for the cheerleading team, and then after tryouts, I was like, I don't want to be friends with you guys. I don't want to hang out with you guys most of the time. So I didn't go back, even though, I mean, I was in ballet for years. Of course, I could do cheerleading. I didn't go back. I was like, I'm not going to continue on this because I don't want to be anybody's friend. And so I think what got me to gain quote unquote friends was partying, because it was, and I think that's probably where the issue lied with me, because it was like, I just want to party with you guys, because it's fun partying with people, right? It's fun going out and dressing up, and that was my lane: dancing, dressing up, having a good time. So then I was friends with those people, but in the real like life, day to day, I could care less about friends. And my mom kind of put that in my head, like, you don't need friends. Whereas though you were more extroverted and you're older than me, so you were already really popular. So me coming in as a sister, the little sister, I automatically got that popularity and got the friendships and didn't have to forge any of them my own. And then the ones I did on my own grade and my own friends, I already had the clout of the upperclassmen. So it was like a given that I was going to be popular.
I get that. And I apologize, because at the end of the day, I should have been like you and just minding my business. But
no, I don't have a problem with it.
I didn't come to them. They came to me. And then after that, I did feel like I was extremely an extrovert, and I wanted more outside of what I had. And I wanted to know more people. I was open to having friendship with these people, even if they were good or bad. I just wanted to explore being, knowing everybody. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I wanted that, and it was just really ridiculous, because at the end of the day, it was dangerous a little bit.
I mean, it was dangerous for me too. I've had friends fight me over my own boyfriend. I mean, I've had girls, friends steal from me, steal from you. I've had friends stab me in the back, and I tell them something, and then they go and start messing with the person that I just told you did me wrong. or
you can't be too.
I know this one time, this girl stole from us like all of our things, and like a year or so later, we I'll tell the story because I don't care.
Oh well.
We were hanging out with another girl and it was her birthday and she wanted to do like a New York thing. We grew up in Boston, so New York is like 4 hours away driving. So we decided that we were gonna go to New York and get a suite in like a Manhattan hotel and like have a fun time, go to dinner, do the whole like New York thing experience because it was her birthday. And that's what she wanted to do. So we had agreed that we were gonna like split the hotel with her, 3 ways. Or was it just 50-50? I don't know for sure, but me and Kat was okay with chipping in because that was her birthday. And so we get there and she didn't have money for the hotel. So me and Kat ended up paying for the suite ourselves in Manhattan. And like we're like 20, like we're kids. And so we end up paying for the hotel. And then all her friends that she invited showed up. And she even invited the girl who stole from us. And I wanted to like fight this girl. Like at that point, it's like, I want to fight you for inviting her, and I want to fight you because you stole my stuff, right? But like, we're gonna just keep it classy and not go there. But things like that would happen where it was like, I'm trying to be nice. I don't even want to be your friend in reality, but I'm trying to be nice and I'm trying to do the nice thing, and then things like that would happen. So that occurred in my life a lot with friends, to the point where it was like, is it even worth it? And yeah. And I mean, there's so much more until I was like 25. No, actually, I'm lying. Until I was like, I ended my 20s, where it was like I finally got rid of all of the people who were using me and just not the quality of people that I wanted in my life. So yeah. And it took like 2020. Yeah. Till 2020. So I went through years of like bad friendships and all that stuff.
It's so funny that it's not funny because it's literally the reason why we both stop having like actual friends in our lives. Like, because, and at the end of the day, and you can't define those people as real friends. I feel like those people were useful. Like they seen something from you. They seen like, first of all, when we were kids, our mom was really like.
Speaking of your mom, Ibrahim says it's good to have friends. It is good.
It is
if
good
you have good friends.
Be very cautious.
Like you have great friends. My mom has good friends, and they're here. They support us. They've been in my life for all my life.
Yeah.
So,
and
it just depends on the quality of friends. But go ahead.
And no, I'm just saying that like mommy was very strict, but with friends, and she always said to us, okay, well, those people are not your like, yeah, no, those are our friends, those are our friends. And she's like, okay, fine, you want to consider them your friend, I'll be nice to them. And our mom was even going above and beyond, taking them shopping, doing all these things. These friends were ungrateful and didn't notice like this is the same. And then this is why there's a thing called karma, and I don't know what's going on in their life, and I can care less, and I hope nothing for you, and like I don't really care. I don't even know you anymore. It's just like, if I like, it was just an experience. Like the friendship needed to happen because I needed to explore and experience what friends were like, and you guys were friends. Because a friend is somebody what my mom had. Like my mom and her friends, they connect, and those friends, another thing is, a friend, like your birthday comes, they're giving you gifts, right? They're treating you right. Well. I've always done that. I've always did nice things for our friends. Just like you just told your story. We're the ones that came up with the ideas, like, hey, you should get like a sweet for your birthday and all that stuff.
I've never got a gift from any of my friends.
You never experienced that back, right? None of them. None
of them. I can't think of one friend that's gotten me a gift. And that's sad
that
because I mean, I know none of them are on this live because I mean they don't support me in that way. But like I said, none of them. And I've had people come and live with me.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people. I've given them money. I've taken them on trips. I've given them clothes, food,
yep.
all of that,
everything.
And I've never gotten a gift from a friend,
right.
other than like a guy friend.
Exactly.
Which obviously, guys, but still. And I've given gifts to friends.
Yeah, I'm saying I've given gifts to them. I've given gifts to their children. I've given gifts, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, before there was children involved. Like I explored. I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna lie. I made them know what traveling was. Like those girls never knew what traveling was, or guys, because I took a guy on a trip too who never really traveled. So guys and girls, I've made them understand, like, explore the world, and now they're traveling the world. A lot of people, even friends that were like my somewhat friends, but we didn't really like carry it on like further. But the reason why they travel is because like I don't know. I was the first out of traveling kids.
In our friend group.
Yeah, in our group. Because everybody was so busy partying and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm not party. Like, I'm still going to party.
Taking my talents to New York. I'm taking my talents to Miami.
Right.
I'm taking my talents to LA.
Going
to Paris.
Right, exactly.
Going to Canada.
They can say whatever they want to say. You didn't make me travel. Yes, I did. Don't lie.
But it's, the point of it is like, learning the difference between like people who actually love you and don't love you. And now at the age that I am, like any friend that I have is most likely going to be way older than me as a woman I'm talking about. Already established and put together. I've had older women, want to forge friendships with me where they're valuable, where I'm going to their homes and they're giving me some type of value. I'm going out with them, they brought me a gift, or they're telling me they do nice things because that's the kind of person that I am. But that wasn't the norm, and I'm telling you guys, that wasn't even the norm up until 2020. 2020 I still had a friend who was even using me and tried to use all the resources in me. And then when I finally, decided, hey, I'm not going to play this game anymore, had no gratefulness, thankfulness, or nothing for me. Just was like, I'm pretty sure this friend goes around telling people that I'm the bad guy.
At this point.
And that's literally been my friendships. And I don't care. It's not a care, but I'm telling you, that's been my relationship up until, now that I,
the villain.
Since I've chosen myself.
Right. But you're always going to be the villain. When you are the person that chooses yourself and you notice the BS or the finagle or the finesse that these people are trying to do to you, and you acknowledge it to them, they're pissed.
Yeah.
And you're the bad guy, and you're the one that did everything. You're the reason why they're this, they're that, and you never did anything for them, and literally gave them everything that they could to be successful. I just, at the end of the day, sometimes you take the bad guy title and say, hey, you know what? I'll be the bad guy, but don't ever speak to me again.
That's literally what I do.
If you see me on the street, know that I won't.
Yeah. There will be no words.
There'll be no words. But at the end of the day, they still will say hi as if nothing happened. And guess what? I'll be like, okay, nothing happened. Hi, whatever, because I'm a respectful human being. And I know you're a human being. So I will respect you and say hello. But then don't carry on the conversation, because it's only a hi and bye situation. It's not, oh, what are you doing?
I don't even have a hello.
I know. I'm kind.
I honestly, the only people I'm willing to be fake friends with is men.
Right.
Because I do have some male friends. We're not really friends, but I call them friends because we know each other. And so they're acquaintances, but there's no bad blood. but we're not really friends. So I'm able to be fake friends with them because they've done nothing wrong to me. They just wanted to date me and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And so I friend zoned them. So I fake friend them now. But that's the only people I'm willing to be fake friends with. But women who I invested in and spoke to and confided in and helped and helped them figure out their own lives and they couldn't even say thank you. And that's literally been the story.
There's a comment.
Yeah, sorry, we can't see what you're saying.
If you got something to say,
yeah, I don't know what you guys are saying.
Don't take emojis. We take comments. Thank you.
You gotta write something. But yeah, but it doesn't have to be the whole conversation about that.
The whole conversation, but it does have to steam to that, and that's the reason why you didn't have friends. That's the reason why I didn't have friends. But as I'm getting older, guys, my birthday is in a couple of weeks. It'll be March 15th, so don't forget to send me that Cash App $ Nothing's Wrong Pod on the 15th of March. Just wish me a happy birthday.
Or now. I mean,
happy birthday.
You will always
Cash App
be accepted.
Nothing's Wrong Pod for my birthday. I'm going to New York on Wednesday, so support the kid and send me some. No,
well, you'll be in work for business, but
do our pod for this because connection. We got to pay the internet. How could we do this without taking care of
support
us? But at the end of the day, we go through this to understand. Like there was a part where majority of our life we stopped being friends with these people. And we stopped having adding even more friends because when we felt like what happened to us with friendship, like caused us to not trust to even want to be friends with people. Because at the end of the day, every single one of them, even I think it was bad choosing on acceptance of allowing these people to be friends with us. And now I
mean, honestly, most of the friends, other than like one or two, you brought them in.
I brought them.
I didn't.
Okay, guys, I take full responsibility. I will not be a friend to you again unless she's highly successful, has great opportunities for you.
But I'm not looking to adopt friends between me and you. If you have a friend, that's your friend. I've learned that on my own. Like, I'm not going to do that anymore. You know, like I said, I've learned 2020. It took me that many years. Mm-hmm. But I've learned and I figured out like, hey, you're in your own lane. If you want friends, then have friends. If you don't want friends, you don't need it.
But you do need it. You can't do things on your own. I mean, like, of course.
No, I'm talking about extra friends. I'm talking about like, because I have a best friend. I have a friend that I'm with and talk to every day. I already have those things. But I'm talking about like people for like networking, like my network of people. Of course, I make friends every day. My business is about, building those type of relationships. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking on the same level. It's completely different.
Of course, I would never even want to be connected with. I'm a different woman. I don't even have the same connection with what I had in the past. I wouldn't bring those kind of people around my new circle or invite them because those kind of people didn't even know how to handle the people I brought around them anyways. And
I mean, there was really no standard. And I think that was the biggest issue is because I didn't have a standard for women.
Right.
I had a certain standard for men, but women, I didn't have a standard. So, I mean, we befriended, people who were homeless. Practically, who were like living with someone else and were still trying to figure out what they were going to do with their life. And if that was a man, I would not
even
be around them. But because it was a woman, I'm like, oh, let me help this woman out. My mom always helped women out. I felt like I should be helping a woman if she needs me. But in reality, a man need to be helping that woman. I'm not her man, so I don't need to be helping her.
To learn is that you can't help everybody. I mean, we can't Captain Save-A-Ho. Like that's not our title. That's not what we do. And if we want to save somebody, we'll just come on our podcast, give a little bit of advice or give a little whatever we do here, and that's it. Like, I'm no longer trying to save nobody because I am not a savior. I used to think I was, but that is definitely not my title. I don't like that job. I don't want it. Don't ever come to me to look save you. Find your man, find your cousin, find your mother, find somebody else. Definitely not saving nobody.
Right.
You can, yeah, no. I don't want that title. I don't want to save nobody. They saving me. Okay. And it's not them. You know what?
And I think that was the probably the disconnect, was that I didn't have those standards or boundaries for my friends who were women. So, you know, that was ran over a 1,000 times, you know, from the same person sometimes.
How many times I'll learn? When are you gonna learn?
No, I did learn.
I learned today, and I will not accept that.
I learned in 2020. Yeah. In 2020, literally was the last time I dealt with the friend issue, because I didn't like having issues with women. That's not my favorite thing. Like, I love women. I want women to succeed. I'm a supporter of women. So having issues with women who I'm helping and I want the best for, and then I have to turn around and be the bad guy because I have to save myself and stuff. That was hard.
At the end of the day, you also save them, because if you continue to like keep saving them, keep giving them that, you know, comfort, making them feel comfortable, they will never learn. So you actually did save them, and you did them a service by letting them go, because they are probably and they might not say thank you to you, but at the end of the day, that had to come down to you, because if I didn't push you out and push you to think about what your future would look like, you would have still been comfortable.
Yeah, and I'm not looking for anybody to say thank you to me. I mean, I honestly don't care to that point. I'm just talking about my experience and what I went through. I mean, this is honestly something that, it's just another thing that happened in my life. It's not something I think about every day. And like, this person, it's just like, this is what happened and this is what I learned from. And why, you know, and I even think that's kind of the same. I think even with guys, I kind of look, because, you know, some guys, they would hang out with their boys, and that dynamic doesn't work for me, because usually, not all the time, but usually men at a certain age in a certain career or business doesn't even have time to hang out with his boys if he has a woman. You're hanging out with your woman. So I'm always weary with a man who's in a relationship, but, you know, hangs out with his boys and goes on trips with his boys. It's kind of like, how and why are you doing that? So, and because at a certain age, you shouldn't even have boys. You know, you should have like, oh, you know, my boys, but you guys play poker together, or you know, you do a ritualistic thing together, but it's not like every day I'm gonna go out drinking and doing all this stuff with my boys, unless you don't have a woman. So, yeah.
And I think even with that point of view is like, you had your whole life to hang out with your boys. Didn't you guys have, like, especially if you're older, like you're saying, like, you're older, you're even in your 30s, late 30s, or 36, 35, you should, like, even in your 30s, you should be busy, like, making money. Like, you're, like, so
like
busy.
There's no time to hang out. Like, when I mean hang out, I mean, like, sitting in the house and hanging out. Y'all ain't really doing nothing.
The sitting in the house thing, I just think,
I don't know why guys will be doing
you should somebody else in the house, like one of your girls or something, you know.
That's a thing. Like, or guys will be like hanging out outside, just chilling on the street.
Okay.
And it's like grown men, and it's like, are you selling drugs out there? Like, what are you doing outside with your boys?
I don't want to connect with people like that. I don't even know any people.
I don't know anybody like that. I'm talking about what I see when I see it.
you're driving by and it's work hour and you're like, these guys don't got a job. Why y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's like literally you should be out there making money at work and you're out here on the corner or you're at the liquor store and it's just like
you should be doing something. Even women who just sit in the house and hang out with their girls all day. It's like, why don't you guys go into yoga or hiking or taking a class together or
all that stuff? Like that comes down to like a LA thing, like a lot of, or like a West Coast thing. A lot of people in the East Coast, they don't go hiking. There's no hike.
You know what I'm saying when I say hiking. I'm not saying like
go for a walk.
You should be doing some at a certain age. You don't have like time to just be hanging out with people and like there's no substance there unless you're in a relationship with them, or unless that is like. I mean, honestly, that's because most of your time, if you have time to be alone, you should be alone. I don't think that you should be using that time to hang out with somebody to do nothing. I think you should probably be writing, reading, catching up on sleep, working out, doing something for yourself at that certain age. When you're younger, you know, you're just having a good time with your friends. But in the real life, there's no really let's hang out and do nothing.
That's the damage that people have if they have so many friends and that they're dedicating their time and their effort by hanging out, like spending their weekends with their friends, spending the weekday with their friends, like after work going to their friends, when like we have to take, as human beings, have to take the time for individual self so we can figure out what we want to do in our future. Because I remember a time when I literally dedicated myself time for everybody else. Like I didn't really have time for myself. It was like I had to do this for somebody. Oh, this week I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And it's just like, oh my God, where's the time for myself? Even with a boyfriend and stuff like that, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go get ready, I'm gonna go out with my boyfriend, and it's like I'm gonna go get ready, I'm gonna go out with my girlfriend. It's like, but where's like the Catherine time? You know, I didn't have much of that, and now that I have a lot of time to, like, especially during COVID and like before COVID, deal with them, keep them into. I literally had to give time for myself, and it was actually taken. I took those. It actually got taken away from me so that I can be able to do that, and I appreciate that because I am now noticing, like, if I didn't take the time for myself and realize who I was and what I wanted to do and didn't have to dedicate all my time and my energy for other people, then I wouldn't know what my next thing in life would look like. Because I'm so busy catching up with everybody else's life, making sure everybody else's life look good. This is what you should do. This is, oh, I'm gonna take you here. I'm gonna take, like, no. It's time for me to just like dedicate the time and myself, and I think that is important for people to start tapping into, like, that self-care. And it's not a joke. Like, you're going to die by yourself, and if you didn't spend time knowing who you are, then how did you live on this earth? Like, we can't.
And I think that, yeah, I want to kind of go in on that part because I think that's a huge thing people don't realize is that you came on this earth with a mission, you know, and you came in on this mission alone, and you're on this journey and experience alone, essentially, in your thoughts and your emotions. Is you alone in there. And if you don't take the time away from people to deal with that, to address that, to be with that, to sit with that, that's what, in reality, that's what meditation is. You know, something that you can do that puts you in a calm state, and whether it be sitting in silence or writing or painting or listening to a song or whatever it is that you can do alone, that is meditation, and that is what's most important for your life. Is you tapping into yourself.
Right.
And so I think even in a relationship, I'm so happy that before, you know, I was in the relationship that I am now, I cultivated enough of that energy to still do that in my relationship. So a person who hasn't done that and you're not in a relationship, then you get in a relationship, it's so easy to be all about that person.
Right.
It's so easy to get caught up in that person's bubble and forget about your individual experience with yourself and what you need to focus and work on within yourself. So I think that that is part of it. And a lot of people, you know, amass a lot of friends and they want to hang out with people all the time because they don't want to sit down with their inner self and their inner thoughts, because that to them seems foreign and scary. Because facing yourself, if you feel a lot of guilt, is it's hard.
It is.
You know.
I think,
but I never really had that problem because I don't have guilt for anything that I've done.
I feel like the best way to release all of that, yes, meditation, but I think, like you said, is writing it down, like getting a journal. I think it's important to do that because you don't, like, you want to tell everybody your business, because I know these kind of women, they're just like thinking that they can spill their beans to everybody, tell you, tell the next person the same story, tell the next person the same story. But if they just wrote on their book, they can even have a response to their answer after reading it back, you know? And so I think it's important to have a personal journal of your thoughts, your feelings, like, and then also like what you want in your life and what you want your life to look like. Because sometimes like you'll just keep thinking about it, but then you just, it's better to see it on. It's like you're writing your,
to get it out.
Right, to get it out, but then also you're writing your personal, like, you can manifest through your book, like, you know. And I think Isabel for, you know, giving me this book right here, and like I write in it all the time, and I think it's important for you know, for everybody to get one. A guy can get one, everybody can get one. It's just it's personal to yourself. You never watch the movies, don't you always see them writing in their journal?
Right. Nelson says, hello. Hi. Thank you for being here.
We got
here. Yeah.
Make sure you guys hitting the like button. Make sure you're sharing this, and make sure
they are.
Involve yourself in the conversation, or, you know, outside of, like, how do you guys feel about these? I know you guys don't like to speak, like, keep it private, which is fine. Personally, it's great. This is a talk show. We need y'all talking.
Yeah.
But thank you.
But I also think that that's just like a huge part of life, is like how much spiritual work have you done? Because I think once you start, I mean, I've been on the spiritual journey since 2015, really. Once I started like uncovering a lot about myself and the world that we're living in, I would say that much. Everything started to change. What I was eating changed. What I wanted to do with my life changed. What I was focused on changed. Everything changed. And along with that, it's like I still tried to keep up with this life that didn't go with that change. And I think a lot of people are afraid because they're like, oh, I don't want to lose. Even though like this person is not good for them.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose that friendship. It's like, I've known this person for this amount of time, but that person's not good for you.
And that person,
or you've outgrown that person.
Times. Stop being accepting. Like, if they F you over, it's over. Like, stop being afraid to be alone. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna die alone, but you're not really alone. There's millions of people on this earth. Like, are you kidding?
So you'll never be alone. I mean, I came to California and I was here for a couple months by myself, and I met new friends. Like, I didn't just sit down and like, I don't have any friends. People are just like you.
Move too. They stay in their same circle, and they don't even move like to another city outside of where they're at. Like, say for instance, they live in LA, they're gonna only live in LA. It's like, you know, there's another part of LA you can look, oh no, well, I'm close to my family, I'm close to my friends, I'm close to this, my job is here, my this here, my that's here, my this, my vet, my doctor, my this. Girl, or boy, go find a new doctor, go find a new vet, go find.
I mean, when I moved here, I was like, well, I want to be next to my friends that live here. And then after living there, and I was like, oh, I don't actually like this neighborhood.
No,
I'm gonna move here.
Right.
And then move there, and I was like, I don't actually like that neighborhood. I'm gonna move here. Until I got to a neighborhood that essentially almost nobody in LA actually knows like about the town that I live in. People are like, I've seen this sign on the freeway,
and then
I've never been there. And it's like, because it's not a popular place, but of course it's a beautiful place, like, you know, stuff like that. I'm not gonna live in like trash ghetto, but like it's not popularized, right? And so that's when I realized, like, I'm not gonna clout chase. I'm not gonna go where the crowd is or where is socially acceptable for the crowd that I'm trying to be a part of. I'm gonna go where I'm drawn to, what's best for me. I'm gonna choose me. And so that's the same thing that I suggest with friends. Is like, even like there was like some of my friends who would try to be friends with other people because they looked a certain way. It's like, oh, she's beautiful, I want to hang out with her, I want to be friends with her. And like, this is women judging women. And I never really had that mindset. Like I said, I was willing to help anybody and come in and be your friend if you just needed help, because I'm always feeling for the underdog. I'm always wanting to see people do better. Right. And so when I would see people like picking and choosing in that way, I'm like, well, that's really superficial. But in the reality, it's like, well, you should be choosing people the way you want them to come into your life. Even if I think it's superficial, but in my own way, I need to choose in a way where it's like, well, you got to at least have 2 foot on the ground and have something going for yourself. I can't come in and have to give you all this advice and show you the way, and then also bring myself on my own way. How am I going to do that? So, yeah, that's what I learned.
Yeah. It's funny because, like I said, they won't even choose their man like that, but they'll choose. It's so weird. Like, women are in competition with women, and everything that they do is just to get eyes on women, to get better looking women friends. Like, it's so interesting. And I'm like, but you're not doing that for a job or a career, or like, a job is a job, career, same thing. Your man, what your house look like sometimes. Like, these people just literally, or the location that they
I mean, a lot of women are in competition with other women. I mean, if you look at it now, women dress for other women. Right. The way they do their makeup, the way they wear their clothes. Mm-hmm. Most of all of that is not to impress men, not even to really impress themselves. It's really to impress other women. Mm-hmm. That's really it is. Men don't care about your makeup, you know, this cut crease and how it is, and if you got the latest foundation. Are you wearing Fenty? Is that Dior mascara? Or they don't care. They don't know. They don't care. But women, they care. They know. Men barely know if that was designer bag or designer shoes on your feet. He doesn't know, but that woman knows. So that's who you're doing it for. And I mean, I play into it too, especially with this. I do whatever I want to do, but I'm just saying, these days it's mostly for other women. I mean, even down to the surgery. If you really think of it, how many times do men tell women, you don't need to get surgery, you look perfect the way you are? Even if he would like a woman to have a certain body, I don't really see men promoting for women to go get plastic surgery. But you do see women who's like, I seen this other girl and her BBL came out so good, so I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah. Because what they want is that they want their bodies to look like these Instagram girls. They want their body
because they think that then now they can manifest and receive the same things that those girls are. But in the reality, you don't know what they're receiving. You don't know
like
anything.
They're going through
and you're trying to impress another girl because the guy, I mean, people think men are so superficial, but you're giving him a lot more than credit than he even knows. Men are superficial to a point, but he is a human and he does have a mind, and he's gonna choose to make you his woman and commit to you more than just your body. Like that's
even though
but
yeah.
I'm talking about a man. I'm not a boy.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a man. I'm talking a man, not a boy.
At the end, you do what's right for you, but at the end of the day, these guys don't care what you trying to do with your lips, your this, your that. They're gonna still kiss you with no lips. They're gonna still touch your body with no butt. They're still gonna touch your boobs with no boobs. All these things that you ladies think that is super important, it's not. What's important is you. Like, you come in being you, and you show out and you show your real true self in a respectful, classy way. They will respect you.
And that comes with friends too.
Yeah.
Real friends, if you're gonna attract real friends, it's not gonna be because I'm gonna be friends with her because she has that new Chanel and I want to have it too, so I'm gonna be friends with her. Okay, that's not gonna be a good friend.
But you don't want that friend. This is like, okay, I'm hoping.
This is what I'm telling you. This is like, and I know we live in LA, so it's a little bit of like a bubble, and it's obviously forced. But this is like, everybody knows LA is like a faker type of energy, but it's like more of it in your face.
Right.
These are actual. I've literally been around women who's like, I want to be her friend because she's dating this athlete. Yeah. And
they think that
she had this new bag, and she's going to this club tonight. So I want to be her friends with. And at that night, do everything. I've seen women like come into my friend group, pick a friend that they deemed, worthy of their standards, and like do everything to befriend this person. And I'm just like sitting back like, what are you trying to do? And it's like, it's kind of like vampire, like you're energy vampire. It's like, I want to get what you got so then I can become like you. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
I think
that's not how it works.
And they're going to learn, because at the end of the day, those people are not even who they imagine them at the end. Because they're like,
they never are.
You aren't as special as I thought you were. The man thought the same thing too. So what you over here trying to chase that for, when, like, go ahead and chase, because a lot of women are chasers now. They like to chase women. They like to chase men. Go ahead and chase. But at the end, you're going to regret it. So stop doing that and focus on yourself and do some self-healing.
And quality friends. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing is like,
yeah.
Do you have quality friends? And if you have quality friends, they're not going to let you just hang out. They're not going to let you, they're not going to let you be used by them.
No.
They're going to care about you. The clear sign that I missed, clearly, they're going to buy you a gift for your birthday or do something special for you on your birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get that part.
Because they see you as you're special. And you did. You got that in me, because I am still your best friend and your friend. So it's like.
But you are also my sister, right? So that's different. Would we have met and been friends if we weren't sisters?
Sisters out there that don't treat their sister the same way I treat you. So at the end of the day,
no, I know that. And I know the same thing for you. But I'm saying that's okay. We were both raised the same way to treat people the same way.
Okay.
If you and I weren't in that close proximity and raised in the same way, would I have a friend like that? I don't know. Because a lot of the people that I've come across in my life.
But you said that so you wouldn't probably have any friends.
But I'm saying the people that came across my life that I didn't make because of you, we're on completely different paths. I would like completely different paths.
That's true. So when you're choosing friends, you make sure that they're quality and that they care about you. They remember.
I don't even choose friends.
I'm saying people
I
do.
don't choose friends. I allow people to come to me, and we can build on top of that and have a good time and move forward with that. Like, hey, you want to go do this? I'm gonna do this. Like, you know, if I've met friends and I'm like, oh, I roller skate. Oh, I roller skate too. Oh, okay, next time I go, I'm gonna hit you up. And then I do, and then there's like, oh no, can't make it.
Mhm.
Okay, well, let me know when you can. And they never hit me up.
Yeah.
I guess you didn't want to be my friend. I'm not actually chasing. This is actually a true story.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's true.
yeah,
It's just like I do my part, and if you don't do your part, then I'm letting you go. It's like
yeah.
I can't continue to hold because we used to, I like in the,
Unless it's business,
yeah.
then you know
Then I'm
you're
always
my client. I'm trying to close that deal, so I'm gonna keep at it. But if we're not in that situation, then I don't have to be thirsty for you.
no, because clearly we're just not compatible. To it's okay. So
Right.
thank you. It was nice chatting about this, and
Yeah.
definitely hope everybody learned about, you know, don't be too trustworthy or give up all your energy and time for things that I'm not telling you to drop the people that aren't doing what you want them to do, but drop them. It's that easy. I don't know why people are so scared and fake. Stop being fake to yourself. It's like you don't do it. It's not worth it. So thank you all for
Yeah, and if you do want friends, I just want you guys to know, if you do want friends, make sure that you're meeting them in situations and in areas that make them a good friend to you. If you want a real friend, don't look for them in the club, in the bars, because then that's your connection. And that's what you're going to continue to do with that person. So if
right.
you want a friend, a man, or anything, be in the space and the energy of doing something that you know you would want a friend to do with, not one that. And you can make friends online. You can make, like, we're in a new time. You can make friends online that, like, you guys like similar things and then you become friends. There's so many ways to meet
You can
friends, but you just got to choose yourself and not choose someone who you have to, like, essentially, like, drag along.
yeah. I mean, you're not a therapist. You're not you're not anybody's helper. Like you're
Right.
here for and have an excitement exciting life, and for somebody to bring you down while they're down, you can't be friends.
For sure.
Enjoy.
Okay, guys.
Love you.
Thank you so much.
You guys make sure you all like and comment and share this and follow our social media at Nothing's Wrong Podcast. And if you would like to support the channel and hit up our cash app, it is $ Nothing Wrong Pod. And I will see you guys in the next video. But always
And always remember, nothing's wrong. Have a good night.
Oh, that's hot.